Hello. In this video, I would like to talk about working with visualization options for ad hoc views when rendering those with Visualize.js. The materials covered in this video will be useful for you when you need to render ad hoc views with Visualize with non-default visualization type, or also when you want to prevent the end users from selecting the visualization type on their own. What we will go through is how to find all the available types, how to prevent using the types that will break your ad hoc view, and also how to quickly and easily disable the drop-down menu for selecting the types for your end users. We will start with this simple rendering of the ad hoc view. It is rendered from a test server, and it is from a demo server, and it is rendered as is. And here we have the drop-down menu with all the types available for this specific ad hoc view. And we can check it interactively here, and we can change the visualization type. But if we want to render it by default, all we need to do is add a property called canvas and set the type, let's say, to a pie chart. And when we run it, there we have 2 series and 2 pie charts. These are not very readable because there is too much data, but it does our bidding and it does render the type that we set for the calling function. Now, how do you know what values you can put here? These names don't exactly correspond to the values that can be used as a type in your code. So one way to check this is go to the reference guide for the Visualize.js API and open the Ad Hoc View chapter and go to the section setting the visualization types. And at the bottom of the section, there is a list of all the types. However, if you do not want to go back and forth from your code to the guide, you can also just log the ad hoc view metadata in your browser console. And we will pass the metadata to the success function. And we will log it to browser console. So let's open the developer tools. I'm going to clean the console. And let's run it again to see the metadata logged here. So there it is. And here you see at the top level of the object, the available visualization types array. And it has all the available options and values, and as you can see, pi is one of them. Now, one thing to note is that if we open the menu here, you will see that some of the options are grayed out, for example, stacked column line. And this is because this type of visualization is not valid for the data available in this ad hoc view. So if we try to render it, I'm going to open Developer Tools again. And I'm going to clear the console. What we see is an error. And since we are logging the error to the console with the error function, we can see the error details, and it basically tells us that the visualization type is invalid. Now, let's go back to one of the valid types. I'm going to go back to pi. So how do you hide this menu from your end user if you want the type to remain unchanged? This is relatively straightforward. You just do the inspect and find the corresponding element on the page. And you see that we selected the button with the class JRMButtonAction, but it actually also has a wrapper around it, and that is the launcher element, and we probably want to hide this entirely, not just the button inside this launcher element. So we're going to take this class and we're going to add a CSS rule for the class. And basically what we're going to tell it is do not display elements of this class. And when we run this again, the button's gone. So to summarize, we looked at how to set a custom visualization types for ad hoc views when rendering with Visualize. We checked how to find the available visualization types and avoid setting the types which will break the ad hoc view functionality. And also, we looked into how to disable the button which allows end users to select visualization types on their own. For more information on Visualize.js API, please check the reference guide linked here.